So, a lot of you have been blowing me up over the past about day or so about San Jose and the fact that they passed unanimously in their city council a series of gun control ordinances that would potentially leave people with two options. Either they pay the fees and pay the taxes, or they turn the firearms in. I mean, there's a secret third option. It's called crime. But for people that wish to stay on the straight and narrow of the law and wish to comply with all these ridiculous infringements, they are left with a tough choice. A lot of you were saying, Reno, can you please cover this? Can you please talk about this? Well, do you guys not have notifications on? Do you not subscribe? Do you not watch these videos? I've talked about this at least twice in dedicated videos on this channel. This is something I've been trying to get ahead of, but it seems like people they didn't really care. Now, do I think this is going to get challenged to the Supreme Court or to higher levels of court? Absolutely. I think this is going to be a very difficult road ahead of us. So we're going to be talking about the city of San Jose and the stuff that they are doing as far as infringing upon your rights, causing you to have to pay taxes and fees at the time of purchase, in addition to requiring you carry liability insurance, which the mayor of San Jose admitted that criminals won't follow. But before we do that, I do want to say thank you to the sponsor of this video, KAK. They are an awesome company that sells basically everything but the lower. Also on their website, they got a little bit of that spooky stuff. They've been around for a long time, well respected. They do a whole lot of stuff in the AR market if you're looking into some various oddball calibers that might not be typically offered by many of the other companies. They do a whole lot of stuff made in America. They're a really great company, and I'm so thankful to have their support on this channel. Now let's get into the video today.
If you want to own a gun in the South Bay, you'll need to insure it. The San Jose City Council unanimously approved landmark gun control measures late last night, including a gun liability insurance mandate. It requires you pay an additional fee when you buy a gun to help cover the cost of responding to gun violence.
Don't you just love that? More fees at the time of purchase. So in the state of California right now, just about a year ago, we increased the fees to buy a firearm from about $12 to $37, meaning that there was already a fee increase within the last year on a system that already operates at a surplus. In addition to that, AB 1223 is still alive and kicking and possibly being passed. So if you aren't aware of that, it's going to be a tax on all firearms, 10%. So meaning that let's say you buy a $500 gun, you're going to have to pay about $50 in taxes on it already, plus an additional $50 excise tax that's going to be paid by the owner of the store, who's most definitely passing that on to you, in addition to the $35 fee that you already pay, and a yet undetermined fee if you buy that gun in the city of San Jose. So how much does that $500 gun end up costing you? Probably closer to about $700. Then if you factor in that if you want to own a gun while living in the city of San Jose, you're going to have to get liability insurance, meaning that you're going to have to pay several hundred dollars a year in addition to that. So your one $500 gun is now looking at about $1,400 that first year, with a couple $100 every single year after that, not including ammunition, magazines, training, and all that kind of stuff. Who do you think this kind of law is going to affect the most? It's probably not well-to-do people, probably not people like NBC Bay Area News, who have a news crew security guard that could protect them when they get robbed at gunpoint while interviewing the Oakland police chief. But again, that was yesterday's video. Forget about that.
San Jose City Council passed a total of 9 gun violence reduction ordinances last night, including 2 that have never been tried before. The first, a gun insurance mandate, requiring firearm owners to have liability insurance. And a second, owner's fees that will offset San Jose's gun violence costs. Those costs are currently estimated at more than $440 million a year.
In addition to all the other fees that we already pay, they're looking at taxes, insurance, that kind of thing. And then they're saying that $440 million a year are costs associated with gun violence. Let's forget about the fact that it's most likely gang violence, especially in the city of San Jose. You know how lovely of a city that is. Really cool, really good. It's definitely the gun's fault. I would definitely wager to say that people buying guns, lawful citizens who want them for lawful purposes, are definitely the ones going out committing gang murders. I mean, I don't know much about crime or anything. I'm just a dumb 27-year-old dude. What do I know, right?
We believe that insurance and fee mandates won't be followed by crooks. And precisely for that reason, when those crooks are then confronted by the police and a gun is identified, if they haven't paid their fee or if they don't have insurance, there's a lawful basis for the seizure of that gun.
Now, my favorite part about what he just said, one, he admitted that criminals and crooks will not follow these laws, meaning that bad people will be unaffected. But then he says, if these crooks, so people that are breaking laws currently, unlawfully doing something with a gun or unlawfully doing something and being in possession of a firearm, if those people are then caught, he's saying that, oh, then we will have legal grounds to take the guns. Well, here's the deal. Either they're doing something bad with a firearm or breaking the law in some crazy way, and you can already, with the laws on the books, take those firearms, or you can't. Now, if he's saying this, what he really means is that people like you and I, let's say you're in San Jose, you live in San Jose, you buy a gun, something happens, you get some sort of police contact just for a random reason. Let's say you get pulled over, you got a gun in your truck. Now, do you think the police are going to enforce that? Well, if we look at what the actual article says, the police chief went on record saying that they won't be going door to door to enforce this. However, when they do come in contact with any random person, they will check to make sure that you do have it. So, yeah, I know it's great. I have friends that I love that I know would not enforce this kind of law, and I'm sure you do as well. You might be a cop who wouldn't enforce this kind of law on someone who's the only crime they're committing is not having the liability insurance that the state mandates. I'm sure plenty of cops wouldn't. The problem is there are enough officers who will. And that's why this is so dangerous. That's why this is so threatening to people like you or me, the average person. Because all it takes is one bad cop on one bad day for you to have your life completely destroyed because you didn't carry liability insurance that the state approved of. Does that seem right to you? I don't know.
Rachel Mickelson volunteers for San Jose's chapter of Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America. She says creative solutions like these are the common sense reform we need.
Whatever we are doing is not working. And we do know that it takes a variety of tools to curb this epidemic.
These are the people who want to take your rights away. Xanaxed out house moms who are wildly overweight talking about a gun violence epidemic when the only epidemic is the fact that 25% of Americans die of obesity every year. I'm sorry for making fun of the way she talks, the way she acts, the way she looks, but these people, these soft, weak people who want the government to nanny you and take care of you and make every decision for you as far as how you live your life, these are the people that want you to not have the tools to protect yourself. Maybe they live in a society where they've never had to protect themselves, but I've been in situations where, damn, I really wish I would have had a gun right now, and I've been in situations where the police said that they would not be able to help me. I've had to call the police twice in my life and been put on hold. And then when I finally got a hold of someone, they said, "What do you want me to do about it?" I said, "Motherfucker, I want you to send a goddamn cop car to go figure out what's going on with that car that I just saw careen off the road." I'm sorry, going on a little bit of a rant here, but the government cannot protect you. The government has no interest in protecting you. These people want you disarmed so that they can dictate what it is that you do when they can't even control themselves and live a healthy lifestyle on their own. Doesn't seem right to me. Let me know what you guys think down below. This is just so completely ridiculous because we have people that are trying to control every aspect of your life, charge more and more fees. The only glimmer of hope in this for us is one, that people just choose to not comply, two, that cops uphold their oath to the Constitution, which we know plenty of them won't, or three, that groups like Firearms Policy Coalition, California Rifle and Pistol Association, and Gun Owners of America can come in and put some sort of lawsuit in place that would stop this before it ends. Because as of right now, everybody's aware that this is going to be challenged, but I don't think that in the meantime it's so hopeful. I think that there could be a situation where it's possible that these laws go into effect for a period of time where it then only hurts good people like you and me. Now, the biggest thing is with these fees for every time you buy a firearm, this would only necessarily affect people that buy firearms in the city of San Jose. So this is going to do one of two things. People are either going to start buying guns illegally because it's cheaper, which people already do that anyway, or at which point they then have to risk going to jail for a illegal firearm, or they're just going to go out of the city of San Jose to buy their guns elsewhere, meaning that it would destroy local businesses. Now, I know one store, Bullseye Bishop, they've been really big about this, but it would be great to see more stores be more open about this. If you own a gun store in the San Jose area, let me know. And if you're active about this, I'd happily repost whatever you're doing on social media, signal boost, whatever it is. I'd be happy to help in any way that I can. I'm a busy guy, got a full-time job in addition to this YouTube thing, but I'd be happy to help wherever I can because this doesn't necessarily affect me because I don't buy guns in San Jose, but it's going to affect a lot of people and a lot of my subscribers and a lot of people that I would like to be able to have firearms that might not be able to if these fees and costs and insurance and stuff goes into effect. Let me know what you think down below. You guys know the drill. Have fun, be safe, stay dangerous. Peace.